Leila here from the Comic Connection in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, with this week's comic book reviews. And we have a lot because last week we did Free Comic Book Day, so we have a couple issues from last week and some really great ones from this week. First up, we've got The Last Unicorn, number 1 of 6. This is written by Peter S. Beagle and is adapted by Peter B. Gillis, with art by Renee DeLeves. So in this one, a unicorn wonders if she's the last of her kind and sets out on a journey to find out. It's a classic book, classic animated movie. If you're not familiar with it, they do a really good job in this book of staying true to the source material. They even make the unicorn look almost exactly like the animated movie. The rest of the backgrounds and stuff are different, and the coloring and all that, but it actually works very well. So if you're a fan of the classic series, you're not going to be disappointed with this one. Be sure to pick it up. Next up, we've got Superman, War of the Supermen. This is number 1 of 4, written by Sterling Gates and James Robinson, with art by Jamal Igle. So, in this one, Zod finally gives the order to attack Earth, and Superman tries to intercept those going that way. Meanwhile, Kara confronts her mother, and General Lane's deadly plan is set into action, and Jimmy reveals his internal source as he and Lois try to uncover what General Lane has been up to. Wow, what an awesome issue. The art is really good, the story is awesome, filled with lots of surprises that you didn't probably see coming. The rest of the Superman books are all on hiatus this month, so that all of you Superman fans can be focused on War of the Supermen, and you won't be disappointed. This is a really great book. If you've jumped off of Superman for a while, this is a great place to jump back on, because all of the Superman series, when they come back, are going to be changing teams, having new writers, that kind of thing, and taking a whole different direction, which I'm sure will jump off from War of the Supermen. Definitely not to be missed. Next up, we've got Brightest Day, number 1, written by Jeff Johns and Peter J. Tomasi, with art by Ivan Reyes and a bunch of others. This is a bit of a collaborative effort. So in this one, Star Sapphire and Green Lantern and Sinestro converge on the White Power Battery and try and see if any of them can pick it up or make it work. Deadman continues on his journey and witnesses Aquaman and Mera making a rescue that goes kind of not the way that they planned. Adam investigates Firestorm's desire to separate. Martian Manhunter's work on Mars is interrupted, and Hawkman and Hawkgirl converge on their remains but find out that they're not the only ones looking for them, and a familiar face resurfaces. Again, this is a really great issue, Brightest Day. I'm really enjoying it. Lots of stuff going on because it's encompassing basically everybody in the DC universe right now. Big question for the book is what's the White Power Battery all about? And is there anybody that can wield it? And is it Deadman? And if so, why? And why is Deadman going through what he's going through? Really awesome issue. If you haven't been reading Brightest Day, really, why not? Okay, next up we've got a viewer send-in. This is called Galaxion. This is chapter 2, and it's by Tara Talon. Or Talon. Sorry if I messed up your last name, Tara. So in this one, a research ship experimenting with jump engines struggles to determine if their experiment actually worked. Did they jump? Why does it seem that they haven't moved, and yet everything around them is a little bit different? So this is an interesting story. Good art. It's black and white, kind of simple, but really well done. If you're a sci-fi fan, you're really going to enjoy this series. It's got that whole sort of Star Trek, maybe Sliders kind of feel to it, with a bit of a manga style. So if you're into any of those things, you're going to enjoy this one. I actually really liked it. And last but not least, we've got Buffy, number 35. Meltzer with art by Georges Jante. This is the last part of the Twilight storyline. So in this one, Buffy and Angel discuss recent events, and the nature of Twilight is revealed. Meanwhile, the Scoobies try to fight off a horde of baddies that seem to be a side effect of Angel and Buffy's actions. And finally, a fan favorite arrives! Yes, fans! This is what you've been waiting for. It's here, but I'm not going to tell you, but the last page is awesome. So I'm just going to say this is a great issue. I've been up and down on Buffy on whether I really like it. I like Brad Meltzer's writing, so I've actually liked this Twilight storyline. I know some of you fans are about it, but the last page is going to make it all worth your while. Buffy is going to get really great from now on, so make sure you pick up this issue and the next one.
Hey folks, Jim here with this week's comic book reviews from my secret lair in my new home of Toronto. First up, we have Spell Checkers, Volume 1, written by Jamie S. Rich with art by Nicholas Hattori D. and art by Joel Jones. And in this one, Jesse, Kimmy, and Cynthia are witches that use their powers to get whatever they want. But when someone from outside the circle starts attacking them, they must team up to defeat the usurper. This book is mean-spirited, very mean-spirited. It's not a book for kids, and I can't recommend it for kids. It's for, I'd say, more a young adult audience. So if you're a fan of manga-style action-adventure / romance titles, this one might be for you. But really, it's a really mean-spirited book in this that's kind of a rip-off of Witch. So I can't really recommend it, but if you want to try something new, try it out. You might like it. And next up, Fraggle Rock, #1, written by Heather White, Katie Cook, Jeffrey Brown, with art by Jeff Stokely, Katie Cook, and Jeffrey Brown. And this one, there are 3 stories, so let's get to them. Red and Gobo get trapped in outer space with the Gorg and must find a way back to Fraggle Rock. The Fraggles find a stopwatch and try to figure out what it is. And in the final story, Red gets an idea that will change Fraggle kind forever. This was a fun book. If you loved the Fraggles as a kid, you're going to love this book. It's simply fantastic. Great art, great colors, great everything. I simply adored this book. So if you're a Fraggle Rock fan, check this one out. You're going to love it.